Well, good morning, YouTubeites. Pirate Solutions Forestry, and I got a big one on the mill right now. I think this is going to finish off Ben Silva's roof. It's 16.2 pitch pine. The small end, it's around 18 inches around. It's got a weird little dimple in it or something like that. So it's going to yield out about a 12-inch cant. If I can get a 12-inch cant and mill him 12-inch 16-foot planks, 1 by 12, true 1 by 12, 16 feet long, this will definitely finish his roof. So that's what we're shooting for. It's a 10-foot run on both sides, and I only have to cover 16, and then we have to cut a special plank 10 feet long by like 13, 14 wide. We need to cut 4 of them to do the eaves so there's no seams in the eaves. He wants the eaves to be a board going vertical on both sides. So the overall dimension of the roof is 18 feet, but over the building it's 16, and then you got 2 foot of eaves on both sides. So we're going to cut this one into 1 by whatevers. And that's really all I'm going to do on the mill today. I've got too much cleanup to do around out here, splitting, cleaning up crap that I'm going to spend the rest of the day cleaning up out here, trying to get more organized to kind of show you what we got going on. So that's everything that we cut yesterday, stickered for him. It's basically half the roof, very, very close. And that is my 16-foot bunk over there, and I have some 14-footers on there. That with those 14-footers and that, it's more than half the roof. This should sheathe half the roof. So he'll kind of be able to maybe pick between a couple of pieces. I do have, oh, there's Danny. Got Danny out here hunting chipmunks with me, or whatever's under that shed. And yeah, we're going to mill this log. Now, there's a couple of challenges to this log. Number one's that we're right at cutout. So if you see on my mill, see that little line over there, and there's a corresponding line on this side. It's exactly where my band cuts out. So I stuck a straight edge across there. It looks like we're clear. Once I get a flat side on this, if I had to scoot it that way towards the sawmill head, then I could. Now, this track is 20 feet long, and I'll just give you an idea. You know, everybody, I hear people say, oh, I can mill blah, 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 and I can mill, I've got a, 16-foot deck, and I can do 16-foot log. Well, I've got a 20-foot deck. This log is cut at 16.2, and right now my mill is clamped back, but this is all the clearance that I have. So I will lower it down, and we'll do science here. So if you could get it right up against the band, I got 2 plus 5. I could do 16.7 max. 16.7 with the log right up against the band is the max you can do on a 20-foot mill, unless if you guys watched the video where I milled the 18-footer, you can move the log back and forth, like I did with the 18-footer beams that I had to cut for Ben's timber frame. So we're right at 16.2 on almost max on this mill. So we're going to start cutting it. I want to get this done and then get to cleaning up around here. It's just a disaster. I had so much stuff. I'm just going to start burning stuff. I'm going to put a post up on Facebook Marketplace giving stuff away. Or it's going to get burned. I might make some more lumber bunks. I think I'm going to make a firewood shed maybe, and use some of this stuff here. There's some beams over there. I might use those 6x6s for my farmer's porch, but a lot of the stuff is just going to get burned. A lot of it's off size. It's offcuts from milling jobs, like all those long boards sitting on that right there. Some of them are only 1/2 inch thick. Some are 3/8. They're offcuts that I just didn't feel like I should throw away, and I'm going to have to change my mindset. I'm going to have to just start cutting stuff up. My slabwood pile is getting huge over there. It's 2 separate piles. It's one in the back and then one to the side there. The newer stuff is over here, and the older stuff is straight ahead. I got to start cutting through that too, and I got to start doing it on a schedule. So, like, come out here in the morning grab a chainsaw and just buck a whole bunch of 16-inch pieces, throw them in the bucket, dump them by the splitter. Or my plan was to bring the splitter over there, but I think what's going to happen is if I bring the splitter over there, it's going to kind of be in my way to dump slabs over there, slab wood. So if I could do like maybe 3 days a week of going over there for a half hour and just burning a tank of fuel and cutting in 16-inch pieces, then at least it's easy to dump it by the splitter and split it all and get it up in firewood. So no further ado, I'll get you guys back here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. It's going to be challenging because I have to pull all my slab cuts off that way because I won't be able, they'll be stuck under the mill. I won't be able to push them sideways, so I have to go down that end and pull them backwards to get them off the mill. And until this thing's into a square, everything's kind of going to be challenging about it. So shooting for a 12-inch cant. I haven't mapped anything out. I'm just going to start. You could come down to the middle of the log and then raise yourself up if you want. I'm just going to start up high and try and get a nice flat, deal with it that way. And I don't know if I can turn it by hand. I did take the bark off it, or what was left of the bark on it. And I don't know if I'll be able to turn it by hand, but my experience has been, even with a big, huge, heavy log like this, when you debark it, it's really slick. So when you go to turn it, it usually turns okay. So we'll see if I have to turn it with the machine, then I'll be pausing you guys. If not, we will do it just like this. So let's start ourselves out. I'll be working on inch even dimensions for a while here, just trying to get myself into a cant, and then we'll deal with it. Should be a little over 200 board feet in this. I gotta get my clamp off while this warms up. I just use a little C-clamp on the mill. My cover has bungees on it, so when I put my cover on, I bungee it down to the mill, so that keeps it from moving too. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm actually gonna come to 18, see what that looks like. I'm gonna go to 17, we'll take it there. Looks all right. I'm gonna take it off right there and we'll start ourselves off here. Well, that's good. At least we know we cut out. So now I got my picaroon, and what I do in a situation like this is I stab it with my picaroon, pull it back to me, away from the mill head, and we'll be tossing them off and dealing with them later. I'll probably end up cutting these in half before I try to get them away. Hopefully we only have 4 of those to deal with. Ooh, some pitch pockets. Neat. I am a little thin down this end. I think I'm going to take a 1-inch flitch off it right now. So I was at 17. I'm going to go to 15 and 7/8, take a 1-inch flitch, and then this side will be done. one good part, I think. Let's see. I have just enough clearance to get my blade out, so that's good. I would say I'm just about 12 inches wide, I think, on the top now. Yeah, it's 11 wane free, so that'll be fine. I don't think I'll have to touch that side again. Get this flitch up here on the bench. This will get edged off later. Some weird little pitch pockets in this right here, so you're gonna run heavy water. These are gonna be really long. I just gotta be careful I don't knock over the camera with them. And this flitch will kind of act like a ramp when I start taking boards off this, which will be a little while, but not too long, hopefully. I'll give you a look at it. I think people like to kind of look at boards. You can see these pitch pockets here. Now it's all hard, like ebonized. See them right here in the end. Beautiful wood. These are great planks. This is a really nice log. It's going to be really hard wood for his roof. And you can see on my band, just running that pine Allen, even going through this pitch pockets, nice and clean. So we're going to try to get her flipped over. And see if we can do it. So I'm going to leave you guys on for this. See if I can do the man thing here. It's going to be heavy. For reference, the big oak log that we did the other day, if you watched, that was, I think I calculated out at 1,900 pounds. This one's got to be fairly close to that, I would imagine. Now, one thing that you do want to pay attention to when you're, hi honey, when you're working this close to the saw head is make sure you keep an eye on that saw head and it doesn't blow with the wind down here and you rotate it and snap that band. Now, I've never done that, but you can do that. See if I can get this really low. Okay. I'll get my log dog assist on it. Hopefully that'll help. And we'll see if we can turn it. It's going to be heavy. Oh, it turns easy. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I don't even need the log dog assist. It's so slippery that it just turning easy on the bunks. Nice. I'm going to pause you guys 1 second. I can see what Kate's up to. Be right back. Kate's doing something. All right, she's shaping something, so she needed the grinder. Shaping a piece of wood. I do not need to stuff this up against the stops. I don't even need to clamp it. It's so heavy at this point. This isn't going anywhere. We're going to try to get ourselves, it's going to be somewhere around 14, 13. Probably try it at 14 first. Try it there and try and get the side cleaned up. Yeah, there's a low spot in the middle of the log. I'm going to start here. Okay. So there's not much of a board in this, but I am going to drop it. I'm going to drop it an inch to clean this side up. It's not going to go on his roof, so I'm just going to drop to 13, and this will be like 7/8. More like a junk flitch than anything else. It'll probably sit around here forever. I'm getting the switch off. That cleaned her up. Still could almost use one more. I'm almost tempted just to go to 12. The problem with that is, if I do that right now, I got to go to less than 12. I was dumb to make a junk flitch like this. I got to go to less than 12 if I do it. So I'm at 13. I guess it really wouldn't matter, because it doesn't matter what his planks are as long as as long as they're going to run whole. What am I in the middle here? How wide am I? Some kind of 11. I think it would be a whole lot better if I took another piece off it. Even if I just came to 12 and cut another 15/16. But that other side's weird. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and turn it. The other side has got it's wider down that end than it is on the bottom. So I'm not sure where this one needs to come off. And if this ends up being a little bit of wane on a couple of boards, it's not a problem in this log. And I always have a little bit of room to do something different. So one thing that's going to be hard here is that my stops aren't really lined up because I had to move them over to the log. So we'll see how this works out. I might have to adjust my stops. See if I can get this thing 90 degrees. Oh, if I could, yep. All right, good. I got it under the log. Shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, shouldn't be that bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my log dog assist for this. I need to move over a little bit so I can use it. Pick it up as high as I can and stuff that log dog assist in it. Get it caught at an angle. Okay, now I should be able to, I think, do a heave ho on it and get it up there. Whoa. And two things happened there. It over rotated. I'm going to see how my stops are lined up right now, because they were kind of set to the shape of the log. It's not horrible. I think I could probably deal with it, like just leave it like it is for right now. I think it over-rotated. Let me take a look. So I have my log dog assist in the bottom of it now, so that I can pull on it and get it to under-rotate. But we're close. We're close. We're in the ballpark. Yeah, it's over-rotated just a hair. See if I can just pull on it and get the log dog assist to push in the bottom. Okay, that was good. Now it's under rotated. That's perfect. If I can just get it square. Oh, come on. Perfect right there. All right, I'm gonna get the top off this thing. I'm gonna cut it up kind of high. Looks like maybe 16. 16 looks good there. 16 looks good there. I think I'm gonna take it at 16. Gonna leave a teeny little bit of wane down here, but nothing to deal with. Plus, I still have an inch to take off the side. Just so you guys know, I haven't set it. I'm running that Stella Cut band that I ran yesterday, the one that I sharpened over to 7 degrees. It's still cutting beautiful. This is going to be get us up like to about 400 board feet on that one. Make sure that nothing sticks up. It's going to bother the mill. Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take one plank off it. I'm at 16. I'm going to drop to 15 and 7/8 and take a full plank off. Actually 14 and 7/8. Okay, so that was a 14 and 7/8. I'll come back to get this board off. I might even take another one. Problem's going to be, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess all of them. Is that this is going to be the heaviest flip on this log is going to be the square one, I think, or the next flip. I think it's going to be the heaviest because it's square. It just doesn't flip as easy. So we'll get this board up here on the stack. Probably edge this off later. I can't leave it at this width because it won't end up full length. If I have one to match it up with, I could leave it here and cut it down, but we'll just edge it later. So now we got to get her flipped over. And when we do flip it over, we might even flip it, on its side. This first initial flip here, I might take one board off this side. There's not much wane on this side. There's a little bit of wane here. I might take one off this side and then flip it up. So everything's out of the way, I think. Let's see if we can, oh, it's going to be slippery over here. Damn it. See if we can do it from this side. This is like the hardest flip that you can do right here. Sometimes it's not so bad if you can do it from this side. Make sure that thing's not holding me. I want to get this a little lower. Oh, so slippery. Get this over. Oh, I almost lost it. Almost lost it. Problem is, it's this end here. See if I can flip it from here. Let me see if that will walk it. There we go. All right. So let's see where all my wane is. Yeah, I think this would clean this up. We want to get this to 12 wide, I think. Oh, I'm at 13 1/8 here, so it's not that bad. I think I'm going to take one plank off this, get it to 12, then flip it up and I can just mill it out. Forget about it. All right, let me take one plank off it. I don't even have to dog the thing down. Take this thing right at 12, kind of split the line. I just turn my water down a little bit. It's really pumping. One more to edge now. It's really getting bonus material. Then we can just flip this thing up one more time and mill it out, 12-inch planks. And this will be enough for half his roof, a little more than enough. I already know we're on 1-inch scale from yesterday. I'll have to take a couple of them off to mill the whole log. So once I get below 8, so I'll mill down. As soon as I get below 8, I can mill the rest of the log. Now this is going to be a heavy turn. They don't like turning like this when they're square. Oh, sweet. I'll get this shoved over. And we'll check out our stops, make sure they're kind of lined up here. Bring the PV with us because we're probably going to need it. So the only one I got to deal with is that end one. Log's sitting a little crooked on the mill, but it's not going to be a problem. If I could just, I wish it was over just a little more. I'm going to get this over just a little more. Yeah. Okay, I think that might be right. Okay, let's hope. Let's hope. Yeah, I think it's right. See if we can get it up against them. It's still so heavy, it wouldn't matter until I get it thinner, but might as well try and do it now. Okay. There is going to be at least a flitch on the top. We'll take at least one or two that are going to probably need to be edged. There's kind of a low spot right here. So I don't even really need to measure it. I'm going to go right off of my scale. It's going to be somewhere around 13. Wherever a 1-inch scale hits up at 13, that's where we're going. Pith is right in the center of the log. So 1-inch scale is above 13. That's going to be it's not going to be a great board. I think I'm going to take it there anyway. I'm actually glad I took it there because I think I'll get some sort of usable plank out of that. Yeah, that'll be at least 16 foot 1x8. I'm going to go down a couple planks. They're going to have wane in them. There's no stopping that, but we will end up with a lot of really good ones. 10 does the whole side of the roof. So we're at 12 1/4. One crank up, 1.5, go back. Next cut should be at 11 1/8. Pit is right in the center of a 12-inch can. Two and a half cranks up, next cut to 10. I'm into all clean wood now. Three and a half up, next cut to 8 7/8. 3.5. And I can take those off and mill out the rest of the whole log. Well, no, two more cuts. Two more cuts and then I'll be good. And I'll leave a chunk to edge my stuff again. Four and a half cranks up. Next cut's going to be at 7 3/4. Probably do two more cuts. Five and a half cranks up, and we'll go down to that 6 5/8, and that'll be the last cut for now. Go to 6 5/8. Nope. That looks good. Almost there. One, two, three, four, five, six, 6.5 cranks up. 6, a little bit, and shut it off. And that is going to be it for now. I will end up probably stuff the machine over here, put these on the machine, rather than feeding them up onto the sawhorses. A couple of them need to be edged. This top one right here needs to be edged. The one below it needs, these two need to be edged. So I'm going to put these up there. The rest of them are going to go right in the lumber rack. So I want to get them as close as I can for now, so I don't have to move them very far. They have to be stickered. This wood, if you don't sticker this stuff, it's going to mold up on you. So it needs to be stickered, and this time of the year, out in the sun. And I will leave him that way until he comes and gets them. Now, he's usually pretty good about getting over here right away. So the faster he can get them on his roof in an open timber frame on his roof and have them up there drying, that'll give him the best chance of not getting any mold whatsoever. So I will take those two off, put them up here. I will get my good ones out of the way, and then I'm going to edge against that cant. I know everything that I have, I might make one more cut. Everything that I have is going to end up over 1x6 for sure. So if I get, oh, I'm down there anyway. I think I'm in the 6s. I think I'm good just to edge up against that cant just the way it is. So that makes it easier to clamp them all off, especially with big planks like this, and they want to be tippy. So edging should go pretty fast other than me having to handle them. And then we'll get it all over there. We'll finish that out. I'll give you a kind of a look at what we got going on. You can see that the pith on this log was a little bit off center. It's a little low on this side. It was pretty, on that side, it's pretty much in the center of the cant. But these are just roof planks. So they came out really, it's a beautiful log. There's no bugs in it, not a single bug hole. It's going to be perfect material for what he's doing. It's going to make it simple because he can deal with it. He's going to get to put a whole side on with continuous planks. If it were me, I would work from both sides. I would start with continuous planks down the bottom to give myself a work base, and then feed in the material that I have to cut and go over to joists and stuff like that. Up top, it'd be easy to handle them, the whole 9 yards. So I would set both sides all the way down with full planks, then work all my full planks maybe evenly up both sides. Kind of depending on his setup, that would kind of suck if you had to keep moving your setup, but I guess you don't have to. You can split the planks and leave them on the ground and then do one side and use half on the other side. So, but that's what I would do. So yeah, thanks for the watch. After I get all this stuff cut and put away, I got to deal with cleaning up over here, get this out of here while it's manageable, and then start getting rid of some junk over here. And I might build my door this afternoon. We're going to see. I got some white oak from a job yesterday. The thing is I had that black oak, the imperfect, that I was going to build my door with, and I put them up on Facebook Marketplace. They sold 3 times in 5 minutes. So I might put that white oak on Facebook Marketplace too, and skin that door with pine. I got a really nice little short pine log over there that's got a lot of knots in it that would look pretty cool on the door. So I might do that. But appreciate the watch as always. Like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions or any comments, I answer everything back. Cut out nice and even ones. Everything on the mill's running great. The Stella cut's great. You can see I got fingers sticking through these prototype gloves, and they sent me a new pair, so you're going to see the new pair later. And the only problem that I see with the new pair is that they fit really awesome, but they're really tight getting them on and off. So we're going to see how that works out, having to take them off all the time. But appreciate everything. And for myself and for Danny, wherever he is, off hunting chipmunks, and Kate on her way to work, Pirate Solutions out.